Hi, my name's Dion Ward, Kiwi expat living in Japan, also a self-realization teacher, guide. So if that's something you're into, feel free to look me up. I'm going to talk about natural and unnatural today. The idea that natural is somehow, I think most people would call natural in the zone, in the flow, born of natural processes. If you're into spirits and God and so forth, born of the earth, born of God, naturally produced, good, benevolent, balanced, beautiful, harmonious, natural. And then there's things like unnatural. Pretty much just covers anything made by man. Animals are good because animals are natural. Animals make termite mounds, and animals use sticks to hunt, and animals hunt each other and kill each other, but that's natural, so it's good, it's the natural order. But if humans hunt and kill, or use tools, or use their facilities, their faculties to create and make, it generally falls under the auspices of bad, negative, or wrong. I think it's part and parcel, and partly to do with, at least partly to do with, we take everything that is good for granted. It just becomes the everyday, commonplace, nothing. It doesn't stimulate us anymore. It doesn't create a reaction because we live with it. So it's just taken for granted, becomes invisible. But bad creates a reaction, makes us uncomfortable, causes pain, causes problems, causes difficulty. It's not pleasant. The pleasant things just drift into the of course it is sort of zone. The unpleasant falls into the it shouldn't be that way kind of zone. And for that reason, I think as well, humans tend to demonize one another and themselves as being something unnatural. We're out of the order. We're not in order with nature. And in certain respects, we're not. I mean, we don't live like an animal. We don't hunt the forests and live under trees, drink water from brooks or streams. We have medicine, we have tools and technology. We have a highly developed mind and sense of self. Also a reckoning of our existence, and on the same coin, the reckoning of our death, our non-existence, which drives us to do a lot of things that the general animal population wouldn't do. But it's my contention that it doesn't make us bad. If you think about the universe, would you call the universe natural? And most people would say yes. What about galaxies? What about the solar system, the sun, the planets? Are they natural? The revolution of the planets around the sun, the movement of the celestial bodies, is it natural? Yeah. And then you come down to Earth. Is the Earth natural? Yeah. Some people might draw a line and say, well, the things that man has done to Earth has made it unnatural in so many ways. What about mountains and hills and wind and rain, the seasons, the rising of the sun, the moon, The animals, are they natural? I think most people at this point still would say yes. When we get to the point of humans, seems to be a bit of indecision, a bit of wondering, and not sure about that. The human body, is it natural? Again, people might say, well, bodies have been augmented with implants and what have you, fixed with medicine, modified from their natural form by tool use, by mass, what's it called, monoculture farming. Monoculture is what it's called. Monoculture farming, which produces food that isn't as mineralized and good for you as regular food that grows in the wild, or organically grown food, and so on and so forth. There's all these things that humans do wrong. But generally speaking, most people say, when I've asked them, is the body natural? They'll say, yeah, the body's natural. What about the mind? Now at that point, most people say no, because that's where all the disquiet lies, that's where all the chaos, that's where all the conflict sort of erupts from, so to speak. The discord is from the mind, that's the image. The mind produces things that are not in accordance with nature. Where do all these things that we consider nature, where do they come from? They're born of the earth, they're born of natural systems. They arise of their own volition. They don't need us to create them. Now look at your mind in the same respect. Sit there quietly, close your eyes, and wait, and see what happens. And no doubt thoughts will arise. And when thoughts arise, contemplate this, consider this. Did you create them? If you sit there resolved to be absolutely passive, did you create the thoughts that arise in your mind? Can you claim them as being yours? I know they have your voice, mine do anyway, and other people I've asked say so. But is it yours? If you're the only one on a mountain and you look up and you see an eagle, and no one else can see it but you, and every day you go up and you see this eagle and no one else has seen it, is it your eagle? By virtue of you being the only one having ever seen it? Is it yours? Or is it just an eagle doing its thing? You think about natural as being things that arise of their own volition according to natural processes. How about starting to consider the mind in that respect and check for yourself to see if it's true. You can start just doing it anywhere. You can sit and make a concerted effort. When I say effort, I mean to be absolutely passive, which isn't really an effort, it's just a letting go. But you can do it when you're walking. Just walk and just say, for the next, till I get to the corner, I'm going to be absolutely passive. I'm going to let the body move itself. I'm not going to try to create anything. I'm not going to try to move my body. I'm just going to let the body move. I'm not going to try to create thoughts. I'm just going to let thoughts arise. Feelings arise. Sensation arise. And start to question the idea of control and ownership. And maybe start to realize, test it for yourself. Is it true that everything that I am arises as naturally as everything else that I would consider natural, the purest natural, the purest form? Humans are extraordinarily complex energetically, in terms of expression, in terms of our evolution, which is skyrocketing, seems to me. So test all this for yourself. Could it be that everything that I think I am, everything that I claim as me and mine, actually arises naturally in its own way, in its own shape, its own form, according to prescribed patterns and conditions and forms, according to the environment, according to the kind of input that's been put in? Certain thoughts will arise according to what you believe about the world and believe about yourself. It's my contention, I know this to be true, but it's for you to know for yourself that we're absolutely natural. We're as natural as anything else in existence, and that we should give each other a break and give ourselves a break and start to see this life as a journey, not as a trial, not as a failure. Gotta go now, see ya. What if everything that we think is wrong about the world and bad, and this doesn't mean things shouldn't change and can't be better and more pleasant. It just means things are as they should be right now, and there's an evolution going on in me and in you, and it's for us to embrace that evolution, focus within ourselves, and stop blaming the world for everything and other people for not being the right way, and for us, for ourselves, not being the right way, and being available for what comes to us in thought and in feeling, and establishing, recognizing what our relationship is with this world and with our feelings and with our thoughts, what they really are. If there's something to be resisted, if there's something to be run from, if they're bad, if they're good. What our beliefs are that shape and give direction to our thoughts and our feelings. The prescriptions that we have for action and reaction. They can all be ascertained. You can find them all for yourself. Just requires that you make yourself available and take a chance. Just have a go. Okay, this time that's it for me. Actually, just before I go, I'll show you this is a shopping street, sort of the main shopping street, goes down for yonks. It's probably, I don't know, maybe 600 meters long. This is the far end. As you go down, you finally get to the station. As you turn around here, you can see the castle up above. Alrighty, that's it. Have a great day. Good luck. Good luck with your journey. All the best. Take care. See you guys.